Are you ready to play the game show for the smartest people in the history of the world? Then let's play Love Is! Hello, folks! I'm Jonathan, host of Love Is, where we try and find out not only the meaning of the word love, but the best ways to show love too. One way to describe love is this: love is treating others like they matter to God. But when's the best time to do that? How are we supposed to know when and where to show love? Well, let's find out by playing round 2 of Love Is, Love or No Love. We've got 50 possibilities to show love or not to show love on the board. All we gotta do is open a case, read the situation, and decide love or no love. Let's play. Well, my favorite number is 3, so I'll pick 33, because there are 2 of them. And the situation is when my best friend is nice to me. Oh, well, that's an easy one. What do you think? Is this a good time for love or no love for your best friend? Yeah, I'm going to say love. This game's a piece of cake. Let's play again. I'm going to pick 14, because that's how old my cat is. This one's for you, Mr. Snugglepuff. This one is when my little brother won't leave me alone. It's a little tougher. I hate it when I'm on the phone and my little brother is always coming up and saying, Jonathan! 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 Just be patient, Devin! Well, he's still my little brother, so what do you think? Love for my little brother or no love? It's hard, but I'm sticking with love. All right! We're on a roll. I'm going to pick number 8 next because it looks like a 0 wearing a belt. And the situation is when someone breaks in front of me in line. Ooh, that is not cool. You know how long I've been waiting to get on this roller coaster and you just walk right up and cut? That's not fair. I know I don't want to show love to someone like that. Do you? So, love or no love? I'm going to say, I just don't know. This is a hard choice. I wish there was somewhere I could go for help on this one. Someplace I could get some wisdom. Of course. Today's story is all about how to be wise. If I'm wise, I'll know what to choose for sure. We'll be right back. Break in line in front of me? You need to wait your turn like everyone else.
And now for an amazing true story from the book of Matthew. Chapter 7, verses 24 through 29.
When Jesus began his teaching, large crowds gathered everywhere he went. One day he went up on a mountainside to teach his disciples. People surrounded him, listening with fascination to the incredible things he said.
Gather for yourselves riches in heaven. Your heart will be where your riches are. Y'all, I am plumb blown away by every word he says.
But Jesus knew nothing he said would make a difference in people's lives if they didn't put it to practice by making wise choices. So he told a story to help make it stick. If he wrote the story for us today, it would sound something like this. There once were 2 men who bought beachfront property side by side and planned to build homes for themselves. We'll call them Pete.
Hi.
And Sandy.
Hey there! Isn't it a beautiful day? I just can't wait to get out there and dream up my new house, right, Dibbles?
Pete met with the builder first.
Let's see, you could build down there on the beach, but it's kind of soft.
How about up here on the hillside?
Great choice. You got solid rock and a great view. We'll just drill down for the foundation and you're all set.
Sandy met with the builder that afternoon to decide where to put his home.
Yeah, I'm thinking right here at the edge of the water. Dibbles likes it when the waves tickle his little nose.
I'd move on back a bit from the beach.
But I'll be able to see all those cute sand crabs right off my front porch if I build here.
You want solid ground for your foundation.
Oh, don't be so stuffy. Don't you just love the sand between your toes?
Can't say I do.
The whole salty ocean at your doorstep?
I prefer to put my doorstep where it'll stay put. Now, if you'll just let me get started, I'll...
Yes, of course, but don't move the house back a fraction of an inch. Dibbles and I are positively giddy to go swimming in our front yard. Right, Dibbles?
So the builder and his crew got to work on both houses. Pete's home was made of sturdy stones with its foundation dug deep down into the rock.
Excellent work.
Sandy's home looked, a little different.
Oh no, don't use any stones in the foundation. I want the whole house to be light and airy.
But you kinda need something for it to sit on.
Pish posh. I want my house to feel like it's floating.
Sandy's home on the sand and Pete's home on the rock were soon complete, and both men moved into their new houses.
Oh, just smell that salt breeze, Dibbles. Oh, perfection.
But from his home high on the hillside, Pete surveyed the sky. Dark clouds were on the horizon.
Quite the storm brewing.
While Pete put up his storm window, Sandy sunbathed on his front porch.
Ah, this is the life. Hey, where'd my son go?
Moments later, fat drops of rain plunked against both houses. Pete sat down with a mug of hot cocoa to wait out the storm. Though the wind howled and sheets of rain whipped at the stones, his house stood firm on its rock foundation. But down at the beach, the waves roared right up to Sandy's house.
Oh, wait! Shoo! Get back!
Water poured down the hillside in streams and rivers, washing right under the house on the beach.
Oh, it's shaking! The whole house is shaking!
Windows shattered. The wind ripped a huge hole in the roof. And soon, the sand washed right out from under the house. It began to crack apart.
Oh, Dibbles, save me!
Sandy and his little dog escaped from the home with only moments to spare before it crashed down into a heap of rubble. As the storm blew past, Sandy was left wet and shivering on the beach, staring at the wreck that had once been his house. But up on the hillside, Pete was warm and dry inside his sturdy home. Now, Jesus explained it this way to the crowds who had listened to his teaching.
Everyone who hears my words and puts them into practice is like a wise man. He builds his house on the rock. The rain comes down, the water rises, the winds blow and beat against that house, but it does not fall. It is built on the rock. But everyone who hears my words and does not put them into practice is like a foolish man. He builds his house on sand. The rain comes down, the water rises, the winds blow and beat against that house, and it falls with a loud crash.
Jesus' meaning was clear. It's not enough to simply know what God says. It's choosing to do what God says that makes us strong.
Jesus said that everyone who hears his words and puts them into practice is like a wise man. That means if you want to be wise, you not only should know what Jesus said, you should do what Jesus said. So what did Jesus say about loving others? Well, he said to love your neighbor as yourself. He also said something else, something pretty incredible. Jesus said to love your enemies. That's tough, but that's what Jesus did. He didn't just love the people who loved him, he loved the people who were mean to him. As he was dying on a cross, Jesus even asked God to forgive the people who put him there. So if you want to be wise and do what Jesus said, you love your best friend. If you want to be wise, you love your little annoying brother. Jonathan! And if someone breaks in front of you in line, the wise thing to do, not the easy thing to do, not the thing everyone else might do, but the wise thing to do is to love that person. So, next time you're in a situation and you have to make a choice, love or no love, think about what Jesus taught. And think about how Jesus lived and ask yourself, what's the wise thing to do? I'm gonna bet the answer is the same 50 times out of 50. Yeah, love seems like the way to go. So here's the one thing you should remember and repeat to yourself when you've got a decision to make. I need to make the wise choice. And that's to know and do what Jesus said and to love how Jesus loved. And speaking of, I think I'll give my little brother a call. I kind of miss him all of a sudden. We'll see you next time for round 3 of Love Is. Hey, Devin! Yeah, it's your big brother. Yep. Yeah. I'm calling because I love you, little brother.